Sorry it's so noisy with the AC on, but it's brutally hot, so we're gonna leave it running. Hopefully you can hear me, but you can see how much that slab has settled, that we've literally had to put additional blocks, brick blocks under it to try to level it. So we're gonna try to level this. The idea I had was to take a couple C-clamps, put it on either side. Then what we'll do is connect those C-clamps to that 4x4 via a S-hook, heavy-duty S-hook, and an I-bolt. So I haven't got those out here yet. We'll probably work on that tomorrow. And then basically run that 4x4, which is pretty long, out past the edges of this. Put some stabilization under each of the edges, and then put 2 car jacks on either side, and we'll start turning that and see if we can get this thing to lift. It is heavy. I've tried a couple times to lift this. First attempt was to kind of pry it up with some 2x4s and a 4x4 from the front. That I tried last year, that didn't work. So we're gonna give this a shot, see if it goes. If it doesn't go, I'm not gonna pay someone to come out and re-level this. So what I might do is just build a small little cement box on top of this one that does level it. So, oh, and once I get it lifted, we'll take some, compressed foam and put it under here to stabilize it. And then we'll fill all the gaps with like that great stuff, which really isn't, just filler more than anything, but don't want stuff to wash out from under here again. So, and then we'll backfill all around it. So that's the plan. I'll give you an update and see if it works. Hopefully this doesn't all blow up in my face. We'll see. I guess worst thing that could happen, besides getting hurt or something, is we won't put our hands underneath this or anything. Is we crack this. But again, if that happens, it's not any worse than it is right now. So, all right. Okay, so I'm working on this slab lift project a little bit more. I dug all the way around and made sure that none of the excess cement, has run out under the soil, so we're not lifting extra on any ends, cause breakage. Basically, I can get my shovel blade, all the way under, all the way around, so we should be able to lift. And I didn't take an official angle measurement here of this, but I mean that is really sloped. So my guess is I don't have to dig out too much in front here, because once it lifts, we should be able to easily get pea gravel, the polyurethane foam, and then anything else we want to shove under there for stabilization in there. We're going to shove a board, a big old board in here once it's lifted, just for stabilization. Again, no one's sticking their hands under this thing, but I got the C-clamps mounted on both sides. I've marked where I'm going to drill these holes in, so we're ready for that. So I'll give you an update in a bit. So here's the other piece of this project, is we got to have topsoil and pea gravel. So we're going to load this up, get it over there to the side of the house, and then I can get the jack that's somewhere in this van that I need for the other side of this lift.
Which way do we turn this again?
You'll see in a sec. I think it's clockwise.
Should I be using sandals?
But hold on, you guys gotta do it in unison. Hold on a sec. So here we go, we got the lifts all set. We're gonna wedge in there. I'll try to brace it as it gets lifted. This is assuming it doesn't shatter into a million pieces. We'll find out if this works. The boys are gonna help here. So Riley's got left side. He's like left Twix. JC's right Twix. Looks to be working. We got it lifted pretty good. It's probably up, how many inches would you say, guys? 3, 4?
Yeah, I'd say 5.
So the plan here is to get it pretty level we think we can get it wedged in at level. Then once we put everything in, if it does settle just, you know, an inch or so, then that'll be good. That'll give a good incline for rain to come off. So it seems to be working. We're gonna keep going here. Hopefully we don't snap it. Okay, the boys abandoned me. It's too hot. What we got it as high as we could get it. Didn't realize that the limitation of height on that van jack makes sense for a tire though. Thought I could get another couple inches maybe, but it's as high as it goes. So rather than brace it, lower it, put another board on it, keep lifting, I think we're pretty good. So we're relatively level here across, which was actually a big deal. This side, the left side was much lower. And you can see around here how much we lifted it. It is significantly up from where it was before. So no cracks, good lift. We're gonna bring over some pea gravel. We're gonna cut some polyurethane board into strips and shove it in there. We're gonna fill it in the gaps with some great stuff, just kind of more hold it in place than anything else. Not really doing much for structural support. And then we'll lower it a little. I'm expecting to get some compression on those boards, but not too much, so should be pretty stable. And I think we're probably as high as this ever was, so feeling pretty good about it. And then we'll, you know, of course, backfill dirt and seed and all that crap. So there you go. I'll check in when we're a little farther along. Okay, so day one complete. Here's a summary. We were able to lift this. It was a success. We were not able to lift it quite as high as we wanted to. The goal originally was to get it level and then let it settle just a bit based on the polyurethane boards and filler we put in. But we ran into a hiccup, which was one of the lifts, the jacks here, only went so high. And since it was like 103 degrees out, we decided that, you know what, it's already probably higher than it ever was to begin with, so we're good to go. And you can see this used to be level with the grass when we first moved in. Actually, this was sunken just a little bit, and now it's way above. Most of that has to do with such a dramatic settling of the ground around the house. We've had actually foundation work done and this backfilled once, and it settled again. So anyway, it looks like so far so good. We're gonna let this foam dry overnight, then we'll cut away what we need to. I held back a few cans of foam. We'll fill in a few more gaps tomorrow, and then we'll backfill in here and go from there, then get everything taken out. So we'll see what happens when we pull everything out. That'll be the exciting point, to see if this all holds up, but I think it will. So by the way, what it went under here was a little bit of sand, some pea gravel, and then we inserted the polyurethane foam. You can see a little piece of it sticking out there. It's really thick stuff. You can't really, it's really hard to compress it. And then we filled all the gaps in with that great stuff. So the great stuff's not really meant to lift or hold anything. It's just to fill the gaps. So there we go. It took, just so you know, it took about 10 cans of great stuff. So that was more than the 4 or 5 that I thought it would take. So we didn't even need to make a run to the store for that. But other than that, so far so good. It seems to have worked at this stage. So give you another update tomorrow.